Welcome back to Madtown Throwdown Q3. The finals are underway for the World Qualifier, or about to be underway. So, once again, I'm your host, Skyler. With me is Chop. We're going to dive straight into the player feed because we don't want to miss a moment of this setup. We'll still continue to talk if there's dead air. However, let's cut straight to it.
Here we go. Oh, look at that.
There we go. Good timing. All right. So boards are squared up. That's going to tell us that Bobby here, who is our Madmob player for this round. So we have Madmob with Breakneck Slaughter versus Cyreni with Rimewyrm's Bite. Both decks recently receiving a nerf, but one that is not in effect today due to our tournament cutoff. So we have Bobby versus Payvand. For the purposes of scoring, we're going to have Payvand on the right, Bobby on the left, and we have a mulligan decision coming in right out of the gate, a full mulligan from our Cyreni player, Payvand here. I'm seeing Blood-Soaked Ice getting tossed out, Crowd Like Sheep, and couldn't quite tell you what that middle card is, but I think that makes quite a bit of sense.
Yep.
Is it spread out?
Spread out? Maybe. Nope, not something that is being run at that in that deck.
Oh.
And we're pulling up Bobby's deck here as well, so we'll have good commentary on what cards we've seen and what we haven't seen yet.
Has he got it to you yet?
I do not have it.
Did he signal it to you?
Oh, let me check. I do have it, just in a different app. All right, thank you. All right, so I'll get that pulled up for us.
All right, looks like we've got our final hand being observed.
All right, while we are working on, while they're working through deployment.
Yeah, do you want to kick off where round 4 has us?
Yes, round 4. Obviously, Payvand versus Bobby. Then we have on table 2, Jazz, Crimson Court, Void Curse Rolls versus Jacob Wellner's Exiled Dead. Table number 3 is Davey versus Phil. So
A tale as old as time.
Thricefold versus Skinnerkin. Table number 4 is Brian's Morgot Crushes versus Zach Thomas's Domatans. And then we have Connor versus Jared, Rippus Snarlfang versus Hedkrakkas, respectively. Emmett's Thundrix versus Alex Kagras, and then Jake's Crimson Court versus Danielle's Hexbanes.
All right.
All right, and it's Hexbane with Malevolent Masks, yeah?
Correct.
Excellent. So a couple Malevolent Masks here, a couple Gnarlwood featured decks here, a lot of Breakneck Slaughter. Would you say 7 of the 14 players?
It does seem right.
Man,
Breakneck?
it's up there. It's 5 to 7, I want to say,
Yeah.
of the decks. Maybe 6.
Either way,
Right in the middle there.
definitely the most. The most prevalent of the Nemesis pairings.
So right here, let's take a look at the roll-off that's coming down. So
There's a crit double single.
did Bobby finish deployment first there?
Yes.
So
5.
they actually five Breakneck Slaughter, easily the most prevalent deck here today. There's
2 crits.
There's multiple
So,
crits there,
yeah,
given the one afforded to him. So he gets to choose who's going to go first here. Do we have a lane on Cyreni already? We do. Tufdaga is in shooting range. Now, I'm going to have a lot to say about Madmob as we go through this game because they're just one of the warbands I have the most reps on.
I feel like you're going to be able to just like instantly call so much of this match.
So we have 3 move on all the fighters out the gate, and they do inspire up to 4. So like Tufdag is in a weird spot right now because yes, I think the correct move here is to take activation 1, move him right out of there. However, if you let him maintain that position and Stefanir hangs out there, you can always get that charge going a little bit later with an Inspire if it comes in, like with Primal Brutality. Now, I think the play here is to spend as much time as you need to just take this first round into their territory, though, so that you have charge capability all the way through round 2.
Got it.
but we'll see what happens
You
here.
want to be careful not to lose a fighter too quick, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and regarding movement as well, Breakneck Slaughter is obviously going to be able to afford a lot of additional movement here.
It's true.
Just not on this turn 1.
Yeah, not this specific activation.
All right.
While you're watching, I'm going to look and see about how much those movement shenanigans we've got in the...
So, Spinnerite asking here, is there a single Rhyme Locked Relic pairing at this event? I am seated here, so there is not.
I might have played Rhyme Lock Relic Zondara.
Really?
If I was playing, yeah.
Ooh. I'd love to see that build.
I probably would have played Breakneck Headsman, though.
Oh, sure. All right, so we've already seen a first activation. Oh, okay. So first activation did go to Payvand here, and I can see why. So we're looking to kill Cyreni in 1 hit. So go ahead, put a damage on Toothdaga, stagger him. Let's see if I can't come in.
Here we go.
And deal 4 damage in 1 hit to Cyreni. So he's getting, he has an ability called Leveler. It is essentially Glory Seekers, for those who are familiar with that upgrade. Straight built, baked in. So this fighter has 4 or more health and therefore an extra damage. And it works! This game starts with Cyreni removed from the board.
So
after a
primacy,
single Hammertide primacy as well.
Yeah.
This is huge. What a tone setter. I think I said Bobby was going to be left. From here on out, at the very least, he will be. So that's 1 glory for the kill. Are we going to see any surges here? Now, this momentum, which I'm tempted to just continue to call Moment Ham the entire time, is going to be resolved in a push of 3 through a lethal for 1 revenge damage on Wallop here.
And we know Bobby took that into account when he played the Gambits.
Oh, absolutely.
An interaction question.
All right. I'm going to step off to the side. I'll be right back. Keep the mic warm for me.
Yes, sir. Looks like we have an upgrade coming down. I'm going to try and keep stock of it, but I'll let... these are some of the older cards, and from a time where I was actually taking a break from the game, so I'm going to let Skyler comment on them when he comes back. I'm just taking a look to see if I can figure out which upgrade it was. Looks like Thick Hide. So no pinging. It looks like no pinging Toothdaga.
All right, so we've spent the glory gain. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, here. I got Thick Hide. I'm not sure which character card that is.
Oh, that is Toothdaga.
Toothdaga, I was right.
And Inspired. So that inspiration gets us that threat range of 4. So Stephanier is in trouble. And this is a, I believe, 3 or 4 swords attack. I want to say 4 on the Inspired side with Grievous.
And here it comes.
I got to pull up his list on my side yet. Did you get it from me?
I did. So Toothdaga, 4 swords, 2 damage.
Okay. My brain was like, I'm pretty sure it's 4.
And he is not pingable, as if I'm reading that upgrade right.
Yep. Thick Hide. What's wonderful about it is it doesn't say, like, I can't be dealt. It says, if I were to be dealt, let's call that 0 instead.
Yeah, 0.
Yep. So things will resolve off of him, just not for damage.
Unfortunately, nothing on that attack. It's a straight whiff.
All right.
It was 3 hammers and a double support.
I can't believe this final is kicked off with the death of Cyreni.
Yeah,
in
an Alpha Strike.
Yeah, in Alpha Strike. Very well put. I'm noticing the accompaniment of coffee here. I cannot blame him.
No, not at all.
You know, diving into, you know, the 7th and 8th hour of gameplay here for these players. I did miss some additional damage arriving on Wallop. It looks like from that, from the trapped position there as well. So
right,
Sefnir coming in to put some damage down on Dako. This could be a matter of trying to shore up some numbers, right? Like right now he's got one.
Ooh.
Oh, hoo, hoo. So I imagine there's some hoping to situate Never Punish here. Bring it on. Hey, you charged me. I'm still alive. Let's take a glory. Question came into the chat. Does Bobby have a golden ticket already? Neither of the players at the table today have a golden ticket. They're both heavily in this for that ticket, that chance at Worlds. All right, so I'm trying to peek that hand. Not quite able to do so. But yeah, I think that move from Sefnir was partly to start making sure that wounds get spread around, secure something like Never Punished, or even Blood-Soaked Ice, where you're looking for them all to be damaged. You know, at the end of the last round, I was thinking that Blood-Soaked Ice needed to see a Davy Spider dead, but as long as it continued to maintain damage, there was 2 glory in Payvand's hand.
Okay.
So that could have been part of the caginess as well, is I'm not up by 1, I'm up by 3.
Fair.
It's really fun getting Sefnir out like that too, because I mean Sefnir's not going down in one hit here, and so he's very likely, by offering him as a target, going to be able to reposition him where needs be. Now I don't know if Bobby is running fastest around, but I can find out quick.
Yeah, we can look that up real fast here.
But that's something he's going to want to consider.
He does have fastest around.
All right. I don't know if Payvand's had to deal with Breakneck Slaughter in particular today. Oh wait, he started out with Damatans. Yeah.
But I don't know how many Breakneck players are running
Fastest
around. That's a tough one. It's a crit, it looks like.
Crit success, I think, from Dako.
Oof.
If it was a crit success, that does go through, because that was a crit fail. Yep. Okay, so that was from Dako, from his arrow shot there. And he's opting to do it again. Lots of errors is the name of that attack there. Not errors. All right, so we were looking for swords. I don't think we saw any there. So what we gained, though, as a Madmob player, you just had a reaction go off. You can score off of a second or subsequent reaction with a card called Dead Sneaky.
Okay.
So that primes that up. And also, it gets that charge token on him. So he might be looking for a card called Here We Go.
Okay.
Where all of his fighters are either in enemy territory or have charge tokens. At this point in time, he's got an activation left. He just needs to get one on the man himself. Hedkrakka. I love that. It's one of the cool things about that attack as well. Okay, so we see a little bit of inking going on.
Spooky.
We should see a stagger come onto... Oh, that's what that green little token, I believe, is. But one of the cool little tricks with Dako and that lots of arrows is it's after this fighter's activation where he doesn't have a move or a charge token. So you can actually use guard. He has 3 staggered fighters, so he is going to get the 2 points from a sensory deprivation here and grab his seed glory. I think they're considering through, are they indeed staggered? Yes, they are. Sorry. Let me get those tokens out. Cool. All right, so 2 glory to them each, and we now have Cyreni inspired as well. But yeah, no, the lots of arrows reaction can be taken after going on guard.
Interesting.
That's one of the reasons why I love Hedkrakka so much.
You can take on... sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Push on towards their leader at the beginning, go on guard, score earthworks, toss an arrow out, be one closer to Dead Sneaky, or Here We Go.
Love that.
But we're not here to preach Hedkrakkas, although it is potentially leaving here in October, so get out there and play it while you can.
All right.
All right, so we have a crit coming in. I believe just a crit. And another crit. These dice are matching each other
Yeah.
in all but Cyreni's doom. All right.
All right.
A nerd to hardship. So if... Oh, did we have a wound token on the... oh, yeah, we did, from the one arrow shot. So that's going to heal that straight off.
Yep.
So we have just made it so never punished can score.
Oh, sure, because everyone else is... Yep, got it.
Another upgrade going down. Couldn't tell you what. But both glories spent and invested in Sapphire.
Last activation from Bobby here. See what we have going on.
I think we're about to. Here we go. If I had to guess. You know, the score is displaying 2 and 2, but that primacy token is already there.
Glory, yeah.
Yep. And the only way to steal it back is to kill Hedkrakka most of the time, because otherwise you got 100% kill somebody with an attack. That's not going to happen in this match. So the only time he's going to be pulling it back is when he kills Hedkrakka. However, it has to be from an attack.
Oh, we got another surge here.
Oh, I think we're in end phase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so never punished.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Bloodsource Ice out of here. And Nameless Horrors, I believe no fighters are adjacent to his or no enemy fighters are adjacent to his fighters.
Yeah.
If each surviving friendly fighter is adjacent to no enemies. Yep.
Yeah, so 3.
So 3 for Payvand here on the right.
Oof, look at that. Look at that.
And I'm going to give Bombi his 1 for primacy here. He's also gaining 2 from Rapid Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Round 1 and 1 fighter is dead on the enemy side. Oh, I think we're scoring a little early here. Payvand wanted to get some upgrades out, so we've got the Great Wake out, which is going to be that, or Great Wave. That's the, after I move, I can pull a friendly within 3 closer to me.
Yep.
What else are we rocking there? Soul, Siphon, Mantle, +1 wounds. So we're tanking up on Renglaith.
Yes, we are. So tanking up on Sapphire and Renglaith, really, because a nerd to hardship is going to be...
Tokens are coming off. We should see the primacy token cash in here as well.
For another glory.
Yep,
Yeah,
there it is.
Bang.
Wow. What a start.
All right, let's go. Single, double. Can you roll a crit?
Oh, some drama there. No, Bobby
Good
is in
choice
the
to
driver's
Bobby.
seat for round 2 as well.
I think you just pointed at Payvand, though.
Interesting.
I couldn't be for sure that that's what the gesture meant.
So I can see fastest around in hand. So good to see that. Or interesting, rather.
Yeah.
To
Well,
see that.
he's got to get Sapphire out of his territory.
That's a Warpaint Ward in hand. Oh,
That's a
I'm happy to see it.
Great little trick.
Yeah.
Having played Mike Wills plenty of times and had Warpaint Ward played to my detriment in every one of those games.
All right, so Tooth Dag is coming in here. So Bobby is taking that first turn and charging with 4 dice. With Grievous, there is a crit. I think there's 2 crits.
Yeah.
That is just a dead Alathane? Nope, that is a different warband. Elthier.
Wrong elf. Wrong elves. Okay.
How dare I?
All right, so that's put another one on the scoreboard for the orcs here.
And that's Green Fury. That was a successful attack action from a damaged orc.
Okay.
Don't piss them off.
And the primacy, because all the way down with one hit.
All right, so Bobby on the left here is at 7.
Right over in power. Let's see what kind of tricks Bobby's got.
He's got an in-faction objective up front. I think that's dead sneaky. So he's going to be looking for some reaction opportunities. Warpaint Ward is one such reaction opportunity. So even if you're not looking for the minimum, even if you're not looking for the results, you might play it out to help score a surge.
Sure.
I think we need cleanup on that Sephineer token, but they'll get to it. Some leftover charges.
Oh, the charge, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a dead elf charge on the board
Yeah.
too still.
From the previous round. There. Brief emergence. All right. Please go into this lethal.
Hex.
All
Goodbye.
right. Goodbye. And Primacy's back with Bobby as well, so he's really at 8 to Payvand's 6 here. And he's saying, all right, this is the fighter I would like you to damage and push. Where? There it is.
Okay.
All right. So something I'm noticing. I always think about puncturing ice shard positioning, right? Right now, no fighters, as far as I can tell, depending on what Sephineer has equipped, are next to hazards. I mean, even if Sephineer had the tread on him right now, it would only activate with a move or a charge token, and I know those are fake at this point in time. They're mirages, but that was a kill in Payvand's territory, so he's going to grab his little defensive surge there. 7 to 7.
7-7, man.
Well, in
7-8.
7-8-ish. Yeah. There they are. Told you they didn't belong.
Yeah, they find them. But now the question is, what's in Payvand's hand and what can he do for the remainder of the turn? He's digging through that deck again like a madman.
Oh, okay. So the reason we saw a Hedkrakka inspire there, this is a cool card. So this is Spirit of the Beast. If you have the Primacy token when Spirit of the Beast is awarded, or if you gain the Primacy token while Spirit Beast is awarded, it will inspire the fighter. That fighter is also on guard.
Nice.
While you have the Primacy token going forward.
Okay.
Ever loses it, he'll be off guard. But while he has it, even if he's charged, he's hanging out on that nice guard status.
All right, Sephineer coming in for a charge, it looks like.
Okay.
Looks like a crit. No.
All right. Payvand's like, finally.
Finally.
I got one through. All right, so it's not his first attack through, but it might feel that way. Warpaint Ward.
Warpaint Ward.
Coming out.
Just
Let's
kidding.
see how much damage this will actually do.
Yep, read the card.
Yep. All right, so a focus result here is going to reduce this by 1 to a minimum of 1. A crit will stop it outright. Minimum of 1 reduction here.
All right, so 1 damage.
1 damage indeed. Oh, and he's just transferring it off his dead fighter. You can be my wound pool now. And that's a reaction towards Dead Sneaky, which I'm pretty confident is in his hand.
Yeah.
So I could see him maybe taking a guard activation, especially being near that lethal. I don't think that's the play. Being near that lethal, you've set up Puncturing Ice Shards, which could be in hand. Not that it's going to do too much at this point. Actually, to Bobby's benefit, is the second part of the ping on that is being, you can choose fighters your own that are near feature tokens as well.
Okay.
So right now he could be like, sure, Dackle will take the one that you're assigning. Oh, wow, what attack did we just have there? It was a crit. I mean, it's got to be.
It was an arrow.
It's got to be an arrow, right? Yeah. Okay. So he's going for the reaction here. All right.
And there it is.
And there it is. All right, so there's the one glory.
Just immediately dead sneaky.
Mm-hmm. I believe a cool thing on Sephinir is Sephinir actually can react twice here if Payvand catches it after each of the attacks that came in on Sephinir.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check Sephinir because I don't think it needs to be a missed. I think it's just any attack. After an attack action that targeted this fighter. Yeah. Stagger up to one visible enemy fighter within 2 hexes and then place this fighter on a hex within 1 hex of no one's territory and more than 1 hex from each enemy fighter. So 2 attacks came in on him. Now, reaction order, what's going to happen is he says, after that first arrow comes out, both players say, I want to react. Mm-hmm. Bobby's reaction will take priority. And so then after that attack goes through, Payvand says, I'd also like to react to that. And then he gets 2 phase inks in a row, so he could jump over and phase ink, stagger the other fighter, and then jump back to his ideal position.
Yeah.
And phase ink the other one.
All right, here we go. Charge with the souped up elf.
Oop. All right, so we're grabbing the push off of the Great Wake there.
Yeah. To get the support.
To get support for this. We also get a reroll on this because of the stagger. One crit. One crit. One crit.
Hey.
Matching dice all day.
Dice.
Oh, okay. So he did take a damage. The only way that could have occurred is if Sephinir is rocking the tread.
Okay, so that's
at
an
this
upgrade.
point in time. So that's got to be out. Yep. So right now, all of the hexes around Sephinir are considered to be lethals.
Lethal
Anybody
hexes.
pushed in, moved into them, are going to take hits on that. So that is
Wow.
specifically Earth-Shattering Tread is the name of that card. So that must be invested on Sephinir, just a little off-screen. All right, I'm getting a peek at his hand right now. He's got... Oh, I was so close to getting information off that. He's got Soul Harvesters in hand for sure. So we'll talk about that end phase. Score this in an end phase. If more enemy fighters are out of action, then friendly fighters are out of action.
What is happening
That's
here?
going to be rough. So this is a Hedkrakka charge with 3 dice, looking for... Oh, what did we score here? Oh, here we go. There it is.
Here we go.
Did that attack go through? Yeah, it went through. It dealt damage to Renglaith.
Renglaith. What a Reglaith? I'll get there. All right, Bobby just steadily accumulating points here.
Yep, at a 10-point position right now, with 9 on the board.
9 on the board, 1 in the primacy.
Is that Power of the Beast? I believe that's Power of the Beast that just slid into play. That is +1 wound, as well as +2 wounds anytime I'm hanging with a primacy token. Fun trick about this, primacy token goes away at the end of the round, which means you have 6 wounds through scoring.
Yep.
So sometimes an opponent will let you sit on 5 wounds, knowing you'll die at the end of the round, but that might contribute to scoring for you by still having a live fighter.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I'll use that trick to hold objectives in Fort Krakkas, because they're like, oh, well, that's a dead fighter. And I'm like, yeah, but it's holding an objective.
Sure. All the tension here. Looks like maybe both players in the tank a little bit.
Well, fastest around it's gotta be a hard card to just be sitting there, because you have to think to yourself, like, am I gonna get the positioning in the next round?
I mean, it's close now.
It's so close.
Because I think right now, if we get the one fighter out, it's on, right? Because Sephinir's not in his territory.
So we just saw an attack go on Hedkrakka there, and what looked like 2 misses. I saw like the double tap of the card, right? It looked like 2 misses, but hey, I'm on guard while I have the primacy token. So actually, those are 2 successes.
Got it.
So I did not take that on the chin.
Yeah, there's a crit there.
There is indeed.
Oh, death.
All right.
Here we go.
So we've lost Renglaith.
Yeah, it looks like he might not even care about that fastest around for right now.
Yeah, I mean,
why care? You're in a pretty dominant position. You can carry it through the next round.
Yep.
Oof, it's too bad that he just pulled Gale Force out, because that would have been an easy point.
It actually is going to be toss-worthy, in my opinion, at the end of this round. Because what if you kill Sephinir before you're able to get a chance at 3 shots on her?
Yeah.
Yeah. It all depends on how many cards are left, but I think it will be dead in round 3.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it would be easy to feel like it's like very often you're like, oh, this is just gonna score.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
like I could totally see it end up in hand regardless.
But I mean, Sephinir on Sephinir. No, I don't think you're not gonna. There's no way, right? 4 health. That's 2 attacks from basically your anywhere you have rolling.
Yep.
Although, do you get? Oh yeah, you're counting on misses. I don't know.
All right, Sephinir's coming in for some attempt against Hedkrakka. Now, obviously not a charge, so Puncturing Ice Shards is coming down. That's got to go on Hedkrakka. He's the only valid target next to a hazard. Oh, no, sorry. Daco's next to a hazard that cover. And I think that's what Payvand pointed at. Okay. So the first damage on Daco, and I think Bobby opted for the second damage to go on Tooth Daggett and get knocked down to 0 by Thick Hide. Well done.
Yep, love that. And now he has fastest around.
That he does. Because he's charged out.
Yeah.
Daco is dead. I was going to say, I didn't think he had an activation yet. I was having a hard time reading if he would. I don't know what pulled him in. Either way, Daco's out of the way.
Yeah.
Just being off the board. That's a 3-point position change.
Plus 2 really for the.
Did Reemergence just bring it back? I think it did.
Ugh.
Did Puncturing Ice Shards just go down again? We are in end phase.
Yeah. So
right, we're doing it now.
Around.
Fastest around for 3. Need for speed for 1.
Yeah.
So both his fighters have charge tokens.
Yeah.
So 4.
4. Yeah.
And 5 because of primacy. So he should be at 15 right now. Corralled like sheep. You're strictly in my territory, which is why I killed you, took you out, gave you fastest around.
Yeah.
And Mind Erosion, at least one of you are staggered.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
So 15-11 heading into.
Oh, I missed a point. Oh, the death of Daco. The bounty there. I'm going to have to watch the replay later. I feel like I missed a little bit in power.
It's hard, right? Because we can't hear him.
Yeah. However, the more we do this, we'll learn we can get some player microphone in our ear.
Drew one too many.
Oh, hey. Yep. That's a amicable way to resolve that. You know, one of the things that's been wild about watching Payvand's deck here is like how much he's able to close a gap.
And so quickly. Like, we've seen him down 4, 5, 6 points on multiple occasions on stream today, and he just makes the deficit up in 1 or 2 activations, just seemingly out of nowhere.
Absolutely. He has an easy surge in his hand right now. I can see it. He's got the one that's going to cycle or salvage. I'll use the right word here. Surge when a domain is discarded by another domain.
Oh, sure.
And we haven't seen enough of those from him yet, so I imagine his hand's got to have a few.
At least one. Yeah.
So Ruinous Aftermath is almost a guaranteed score in his hand, I would say. Did we see Gale Force cycle out? We did not. Now, Bobby's only got 1 card left, so that could easily be a judgment call. Hey, like, I'm probably going to surge in some other way. Why toss the chance at free glory?
He also knows what that card that's face down is, and he may not care whether or not he draws it, right?
Yeah. All right, so Payvand going first here from my read.
Crit.
And we're matching dice.
Yeah.
All game.
The crit defenses continue.
Here it comes. So the domain that literally will do nothing. It cannot do anything. It would trigger at the end of round 4. There is no round 4.
Sure.
So it's here to fill the slot
To score.
of domain.
So Ruinous Aftermath can get scored.
Yeah, a more valuable domain is definitely coming in. We've got cheering on both sides of the fence in chat. Man, I'm so excited to be sending one of these individuals to Worlds.
Yes. Got an upgrade going down there.
Oh, ho, ho. Tooth Dagger specific upgrade. That is Cleave and Ensnare. That is Kill It Instinct. Just my range 1 attack actions have Cleave and Ensnare now.
Okay.
On 4 dice.
Okay.
With Grievous.
Okay. And another one.
Why don't I add a reroll?
With a reroll.
With the Spirit of Gorka Morka here.
And so, okay. And so this
I
is
wish I
on-
could see what Pavon's putting down.
And this is on Tooth Dagger. Alright, so Tooth Dagger's on 3 damage, and with a push into the lethal hex, that is a dead squid. So a successful attack is a dead squid here.
On 4 wounds. Oh, RTO kind of
4
helping us out
wounds.
there.
Oh, right, 4. Yep.
4
You're right.
wounds. But with Grievous, that could happen.
Oh, yes. Yeah. There
Yep.
it is.
Oh, no, sorry. Boots of Warding's in play.
Okay.
Can't take damage from a lethal. So what's coming in here is called Lucky Bone. He's putting all of his eggs in the Tooth Dagger basket. This card says, hey, after any defense roll, attack roll, magic roll, reroll as many of those dice as you want, break this Lucky Bone.
Got it.
Oh, and he's using it offensively. Bobby's about to take on a stagger token for this decision, I believe, based on the domain in play.
Rolling 5 dice. Scott. Crit.
Oh, he's getting an extra dice from the Big Wah in play right now.
All right, so we got, you just
Just-
can't do it. Put the damage on. Send me the bill.
Mm-hmm. Well, can't drive him back there. And even if he could, wouldn't deal damage,
Yep.
which I'm sure has been stated, but doesn't need to be restated, you know?
Yep. And so the drive back here, presumably,
Savage Ferocity.
well, we've got multiple Voltrons here.
Yep. So that's +1 dice for the squid. Not restricted to the squid, even though I thought it was earlier. And just good card art.
Yep.
He might have Primal Brutality in his hand right now, by the way. and that could grab him Primacy at any point in time, which is going to be an extra point. Primal Brutality also says you can spend the Primacy token and have a fighter who doesn't have a move or a charge token make an attack, they get a charge token. You almost never use it for that because it can't, the timing of it, it can't get you Primacy back. Primacy only is awarded during attacks during an activation.
Single success.
I don't think he's on guard right now. So I think that goes through. Yep. So we have 2 damage landing on Hedkrakka here.
For time reference, everybody should be starting on game 2.
Okay. So now, though, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I'm going to do it anyways. So Great Hunters is a card that Bobby probably already has in hand. I'd be shocked if it's the one laying there. So score this in the 3rd end phase. If each surviving friendly fighter is in enemy territory and you have the Primacy token, so he's living there. So if he picks up the Primacy token, let's grab 3 points. Or, because this is a hybrid, there is no more than 1 surviving enemy fighter.
So he's
already up 3.
Already up 3. Got it. Okay. Looks like we have.
Oh, Payvand
13
has
on
13
Payvand.
right now. Good call out there. Sorry. So that's for Get Moving, which definitely. And probably Ruinous Aftermath. Probably missed that. When Here It Comes switched out for Unstable Footing. I feel like the episode of Breaking Bad called The Fly. Are you familiar?
Yes. It just keeps, it's like, and on.
It's just one of them.
This fly is driving me crazy right now.
Whoever wrote that episode, too. All right, so we have staggered down on both of Bobby's fighters.
Which is scary given
Which
the
is
domain.
I'm sure it's a result of the domain.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just as a reminder,
Yep.
these 2 are currently staggered. Yeah, let's get the tokens out. So we're getting rid of Momentary Vortex. I don't have a spellcaster, so let me grab another card, have another shot.
Yeah. And so I think Bobby's last activation was just taking a shot with Hedkrakka and then missing, right? I think that was what we didn't mention it. It was I think I saw Bobby roll some dice, didn't see anything. It was a result of it, so I think that's what happened. And we're on to Haven's 3rd activation here.
Okay. Master of Disaster just went down as well. So given his charge up status, I imagine he's going to pop his domain, push in.
All right, here's the
So you
third
can go
one.
for an attack.
Hedkrakka again.
Hedkrakka again.
I got a crit.
Crit in there for
success.
sure. Crit success.
Yeah.
Let me roll my 2 dice and grab that double crit.
No.
Oh, Bobby leans forward. At least I got Gale Force.
Yeah.
All
right.
Let me surge into my last card here.
Get that Gale Force in.
Oh, wow.
It's running
Eager.
rings.
Is that? It's eager for the fight.
Oh, eager for the fight. There it is.
Yeah. So.
And he's on that too.
He's got it already.
So he might have 5
he's got
in
5
hand.
banked at that right now.
Yeah.
Because that's any amount of surviving friendly fighters. There's no way Payvand's going to be able to take 2 of them
in one end. Yeah. So he's got 5 in hand.
Yeah. And he could have Primal Brutality as well. Grab that Primacy for 6 extra.
Got it.
So Lethal Ward's coming in. We're going to push Sephiroth. I called this. This is how Sephiroth is going to get an attack off because Master of Disaster triggered off of the domain, breaking the domain. So Lethal Wards here says that all starting hexes, and I believe objectives, I'll look it up, are lethals while this domain is in play. And this is true until this domain breaks, and it can be broken by damage being dealt from it.
right, here we go. So we got, it looks like crit single coming in on this roll here. Crit single.
All right, all right.
So we're going to need
2 defense dice here. A crit,
Crit.
and not a success. Primacy is not in play to grab that on guard status there.
Yeah.
All right. So that puts, because Power of the Beast, that was a large fighter that went down. So that was a 2 glory bounty. And it looks like that was exact damage, giving us snuff out.
For 16.
So we're at 16-16, but we know
Yeah.
it's 21-16
yeah,
in
we
Bobby's
do,
favor
we
right
do
now.
know.
He's got an extra card too. I'm not sure what it is.
Not sure what Bobby's doing other than just like walking around here. Wow, this end phase is really gonna shock.
Here it is. Here it is.
He's giving.
Oh.
He says, "Here's 7 points."
Oh, and smash them. At least, so at least 3 of you are dead. If I
Yeah.
don't have primacy, if I do have primacy right now, at least 2 of you are dead.
Oh man, that
So
move.
that's a 7-point bomb.
Did you see the swagger from Bobby there? Just threw out each card individually for Payvand to read it. Oh man.
Oh, he's living it up. And 2, let's see, is that 1 potential point there at the end? So it's ending roughly around 23-16 because that's gone without a trace. And I don't think that scored. I think that was just kind of a here's what I was dealing with. Yeah. But 23 points for Bobby there. What a first game.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so they're going to jump probably pretty quickly here into their second game.
Yeah.
We're going to see a long board, right?
100%.
Because Payvand's going to be able to arrange the battlefield. Whew.
Wow. What a burner.
Thank you again for joining me here in the booth today. I am having
This
a
is great.
blast.
Everybody's like, commentary's fire. And I'm like, Skyler's commentary's fire. I'm just like,
I couldn't do it without you. We did an episode on What the Hacks. If you listen to it, it's called Dear Diary, and they gave me the microphone alone to record my thoughts. It's not good.
it's tough. It's tough. It is tough.
I need someone here with me to rip
Look,
with.
The chat just caught up to us. Yeah, the VOD just caught up to where we know they are.
That first charge on Cyreni really set the tone.
Gotta set the tone, baby. Are you a letter Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, absolutely.
Gotta set the tone.
Gotta.
So you guys know what the total was for those?
We know that Bobby had 23.
25.
Say
Oh.
what now? Is that correct?
16.
Primacies?
He had no, he had 16 and then scored 7 at the end.
Yeah.
We got 23.
You want me to verify?
I mean,
23 to 16.
if it was 6, so that's plus 7 anyways.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
max anyways.
Yeah.
So no need to disrupt, interrupt, get in their heads.
Yeah.
This is a big moment for both of them.
Yep. Golden ticket on the line.
Yep. He should have gotten primacy for killing the leader there, so that should have been a point for him at the end.
Oh, for Payvand.
That is a good catch,
Yeah.
Mads Birch
17,
there.
yep.
It won't happen when taken out outside of an activation, but an attack in an activation, absolutely, that'll do it.
Yeah.
So that did happen.
But it did make a difference at the end there.
Yeah. Keeps the glory differential still at the max.
Yep.
Did Payvand score in the end phase there, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
No.
Let me-
No. All he had was Gone Without a Trace. That was the only card that I saw that he had.
I don't think there's any.
Which is a surge,
Any need
right?
to interrupt them. I think we have them at 20.
We'd have him at 23-17.
Well, hold on, that's 6.
Yeah, that is 6.
That is 6. We have them at 6 between the two of them. All right. Here, I'll go out with him just so I can represent.
Yeah. All right, so the predicted longboard. And it looks like we're actually matching boards that are exactly opposite. So both players presenting the same board here. It looks like Skyler and Brian are both having a chat with the players here, so I'll just shut up since there won't be anything to talk about.
All right. So what we have there is indeed 23 to 17.
23 to 17.
Bobby and him were like, oh, yeah, no, you should have indeed had the primacy there. At the
All
end.
right,
So
cool.
23 to 17 is our final score there.
Hey, as long as we're in agreement.
Agree. Well, fantastic. So we saw this longboard coming.
We sure did, and it's funny because it's actually the same
Straight
board.
up mirror. Yeah. What board are we featuring in such prominency here? Let me take a peek at a board name.
Definitely one of our OG boards.
Cataphragm's Reliquary.
Yeah, that is it.
All right. And we have the same sides snugged up against each other here. What that means is Bobby, no matter which side of the board here is his, because I couldn't tell you, not yet anyways, he's going to have somebody behind the midline of his own board, like minimum, because he's only got 3 on that front side for starting hex options.
Woof.
Yeah, so somebody's out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Breakneck's slaughter is going to help make up for a bit of that.
Well,
I'm going to reset the counters real quick.
I mean, Breakneck will, but unfortunately the momentum may just send him backwards again. I know this fly. I know, listeners, you can't see the fly, but
It's
it
been
is
tormenting us.
Yeah, it is a persistent little bugger.
What did we do?
I don't know. Didn't shut the door, I guess. Okay. Looks like we're finally on here.
All right. So we're looking at mulligan decisions here. Now, if somebody's going to mulligan, it's going to be Payvand first.
Yep. Looks like not. All right, so we're going to get rid of... Yeah, this makes sense to me.
Is that true? Oh, no. Sorry, it's not who made the decision. It's who put first board down. Right.
So
yeah.
both,
So
both shipping.
We're getting rid of fastest round and smash him. That makes a lot of sense. He's got distance to cross before he can start getting bodies. He's going to need to stack those up for smash him.
Yep.
Did you catch what we were mulliganing there for Payvand?
I did catch some of the cards. Give me just a second here to pull up the thing because we also had Gale Force.
Yes.
On
Which feels
hard on the longboard
on that first
with 3.
Yeah.
Oof. Rough.
Yeah, you ship all 3 of those back. That's a good choice.
Yeah. So Gone Without a Trace was one of the cards that we had on Payvand's side for sure. And I think Nameless Horrors was one of them, and I didn't catch the third one.
I think
or it might have been Never Punished.
I think it was Never Punished.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I can see all of that.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those games again where the answer is mitigate what Cyreni can score, what they can hit, and just get closer. Get ready for round 2 and 3.
Yeah, try not to take too much damage as you come up across the board, yeah.
Try to make sure 3 staggers don't happen.
Yeah.
As little damage as you can, because you're going to need to match it to stop Never Punished.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're probably not worried about corralled like sheep here, right? Because whoever's in the back's not getting up into
yeah, exactly. I mean, with momentum on the assist, it could happen.
Yeah.
So
Payvand
hopefully he's got that in mind.
Yeah, Payvand certainly wouldn't push him back into his own territory given that. All right, so we had a crit single there.
All right, good sportsmanship handshake there. And so right after the decision for who to go first, we see pushes up from my 2 favorite fighters there. Well, I just love that ability. And so what that is at the beginning of the round, these 2 fighters get to push 1 closer towards the enemy leader.
Which is why he deployed them where he did.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And so he's doing the thing that you said, right? Don't deploy in the same lane.
And I think Payvand gets to go first here. So Payvand's already gone first. We've done 1 damage from a Hammer Tide.
Yeah.
We have a staggered Tooth Dagger. Like, activations are just so quick when it's point and click.
Yeah. Yeah. Point and ping.
Want to hear the other tables?
Sure.
Yes.
Right. Jacob Wellner took his first game against Jazz. Phil took his first game against Davey. And then Zach took his first game against Brian.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. We've got 1 activation token flipped on Payvand's side, all 4 uniform on Bobby's side. So I don't think anything's quite happened yet.
No, I think we're maybe still in power.
Can I verify with you guys that this is the paint result?
Yes.
Number 1, number 2, but it goes down.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, just get out of that persistent Hammer Tide.
Yeah, it's a weird choice, and I think it's the correct choice. But it's a weird decision point, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Do I sit here and just take the barrage and just sacrifice this fighter to it? Or do I start forcing different positions?
Yeah, and I mean, he could have chosen to split the damage, right? You can move up a few and over 1. But yeah, it's a rough call. I think getting out of the lane and forcing Cyreni to do something there. See, and that's just going to be a move, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right, so 2 activations deep for Payvand here.
Oh, but this is awkward for
They're-
Bobby.
Because his fighters are kind of...
Yeah, he doesn't have a good move forward here.
In fact, if he tucks Wallop forward in front of Tooth Dagger and Hedkrakka, he's asking a Thrall to come in and take trapped advantage of that position with a range 2 attack.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
So we got a couple comments in chat that I want to shout out real quick. One of them's hilarious. This is from Spinnerite. Maybe Cyreni will survive an activation now with the longboard. And the other armoire enthusiast here. But what about Emmett, Brian? Let's go, Emmett.
Emmett and Alex are taking their sweet time.
A luxury game. We'll get a report in on them as they close that out. So we did see a move. I think this is the right position for that move. It's a risk-reward scenario. This is the safer play, is to take Wallop out of time.
Out, yeah. Not do the tuck up in front, right?
Yeah.
100%.
I think it's fun to
So heads up play by Bobby.
I think it's fun to point out that we have Payvand and Bobby, I think, have secured themselves the Grand Alliance tokens for order and destruction, respectively.
Hell yeah.
Davey has secured the Chaos tokens, Chaos with Thriceful Discord. However, we have a fierce fight for the Death Grand Alliance best.
Between Exile Dead, Skinnerkin, and
Jazz's Crimson Court.
All right.
I love it.
Love that.
And I love that she chose Void Curse Thralls.
Yes.
That is not a deck that she has much playtime on either. Momentary Vortex, this card is fantastic. Was that 2 crits? That's some backlash on Cyreni. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt him. This card, Brian, what was this card previously called? The ploy version of it?
Yeah, it's Center of Attention.
There it is. I just wanted to test you. It's literally the favorite card for both of us entire.
Okay.
We played it so much.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first card we put into a deck. Usually a wrong side, Duel of Fates for me. But this is spell form and in their faction deck. So it did go off. How it works, the decision point being processed right now is you pick a fighter and then you go around and you in your order of your choice, you push fighters up to 1 closer.
I see.
So that they then end adjacent. So what he did, he brought Sephinir in, which blocked out his decision point on, I believe, Alethir. Glaive position. Gotta look at the glaive position. Alethir.
I want to point out
Because he could have pushed in Alethir and Sephinir, but he purposely was like, no, I want to keep her back a little bit.
Got it.
just jump off the Void Curse Falls Crimson Court for Jazz.
Yeah.
There are 5 out of sequence move actions in that deck. Ludicrous.
That's my kind of deck.
Because you can, one of their cards does a move, and then one of their cards removes a move or charge token.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's
and then
fantastic.
You have Void Curse Falls on top of it.
Oh, she's having a blast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm seeing 2 spell dice coming from Bobby here. What for?
What is Hedkrakka doing?
Oh, Hedkrakka ran in. Okay, so
this is
No.
Hedkrakka up front?
well, hold on.
I thought it was this one.
Hedkrakka is definitely the one up front,
Okay.
but Hedkrakka is already charged ahead of this moment, right? With Momentary Vortex. Let's see. I don't think this is reaction. No, this isn't a reaction. So that was in power. Where are we? Brian, you've distracted us. For a moment, I thought Hedkrakka was trying to do his adjacent spell. So it's a range 3 spell, but if he does it adjacent to a target, it adds damage.
Nice.
1 when uninspired, plus 2 when inspired.
Okay.
So the question there was, he reacted to Bobby's move in the middle of a charge to move somebody. Bobby was wondering if he can change his weapon profile when he's selecting his target because he used...
As long as the reaction was in response to a move,
Correct.
he can change his target.
Yep.
Is that momentary? Oh, that's not... I see. I understand everything that's happening now. That's not momentary vortex. That's countercurrent.
Okay.
That's us on me here in the commentary booth. Countercurrent is a counter charge.
I see.
And a target change would be spicy here, knowing he can bump that damage up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's requested the tokens come out on to the fighters there. That, frankly, helps for viewing as well.
Yeah, big time. They blend in. Those specific ones blend into the cards too.
Yeah.
All right, that looks like it goes off.
All right. And no
Nope.
defense against it. So
Peace. All right, so we pushing, and then there's an
I was going to say, so it should be
2
2
damage.
damage. Because, yeah, it's naturally range 3, 1 damage. But when adjacent, that bump up.
All right.
Yep. So we've primed Sephinir. Was that Payvand or Brian doing a hand wave?
Hard to know.
Identical hands.
Oh, yep. Here we go.
Here we go. So, when playing against Cyreni, for those at home who might not know how they inspire,
The tide is in.
The tide is in. So it's after in round 1. It's when they only have 1 activation left.
Yep.
But it's the timing is after their 3rd power step.
Right.
But it feels easier to say how many activations they have left. Like round 2, they have 2 left. Round 3, they have 3 left. So it's really early.
Yep.
But always after their power step before that moment. And then so like every round, like they start at that uninspire.
Yeah, and the tide
when-
comes in a little earlier each time.
Yep. It's a really cool design
I
point.
love it. Yeah. We were talking on the way to lunch about some of the cooler thematic designs, and we didn't talk about Cyreni, but I think that is a really cool blending of theme and mechanics.
So Get Moving has just scored 1 point for Payvand, which means I think we're going to see a move token come in on here. Let me refresh my memory on how many move tokens that requires. I thought it was all. Each friendly fighter has 1 or more move tokens. I don't currently see one tucked up against Alethir there.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just go verify real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't... There's too much at stake here. then just adding to, oh, there it is. There was a move token. We just didn't have it out there. Good to keep it clean, though. So it looks like there was indeed a move token. We just didn't have it out on the unit.
Yes.
Are we paused?
Did he?
Mads Birch says he missed.
No, it would have been after that that step, right? The inspire, because it was during Bobby's activation, and the squid wouldn't have inspired until just now, unless I missed we might have missed the last activation. Is what happened.
I could see. There's always a possibility that Payvand said, "Hey, I missed it. The attack roll happened already."
Yeah. Also that.
I'll own the mistake.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to say, like, I know dice have been rolled, but I should have been inspired for that.
Yep.
And so there could have been a moment of owning a mistake there, or the timing could have been correct as well.
He also could have just missed it. It is the responsibility of the player to make sure they don't miss that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
So did Hedkrakka charge towards the end there?
I see what Matt's saying. I think what happened was Payvand missed his inspiration up until he was about to start his last activation. So during Bobby's, I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, I see what happened. It probably just legitimately got missed.
I know that would have been a conversation in the moment between the players.
Yeah.
And it, like, a judge was not called over, so it was handled amicably. Ooh, nothing on that roll.
So just the single takes it, eh?
Here in the end phase, what we did miss was Mind Erosion for Payvand. And no scoring for Bobby yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I think we're fine. With only one wound on one fighter, I think we got closer. We avoided hammer sighting. We're still in separate lanes, and we're ready to get into the thick of it here.
And we're cheering for both players here.
Definitely.
I'd love to see this go to 3.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying that, like, generally everything you said that Bobby has to do, Bobby did in that game.
I would agree. And held it to 2 glories. Scored
exactly.
there.
Yep. All right, what's Payvand pulling out here? Okay, we know it. We love it. That card I can't think of the name of.
Oh, did Here It Comes just factor out? Yeah, it did. He tossed Here It Comes out with Heaving Ground, which is going to score him Ruinous Aftermath.
Yes, and now Heaving Ground is in play.
This is indeed the finals, Mads. The winner of this match will receive a World's Invite ticket.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
All right, pulling backwards. Going for the big man. Going to turn off that Inspire mechanic if we can. Heaving Ground in play. This is a staggered fighter already.
So we had one success there. Oh, wait, went through. Oh no, blocked, but still just driven back. No, it did go through. Okay. All right.
Bring it on. He survived a charge.
Yeah.
So Bobby getting glory on the board that I'm sure he's been thirsty for. Primal Brutality must have been played at some point in time here. He must be hanging out with the Primacy token because we have an inspired Hedkrakka.
Yes.
Right, and we don't have a dead fighter on Payvand's side. Now, Payvand has 2 glory spent at this point in time. So what is that getting him? He has Soul, Scry, Lantern on Cyreni. That's an investment. That scores at the end of the 3rd action phase if Cyreni will be on an objective token at that
Correct,
point in time.
yep.
Gain 1 glory.
Yep.
The other card is Up for a Fight. This is on Sephiroth. +1 dice to this fighter's attack actions if there is a persisting domain card,
currently
which there is.
Yep.
Which is why we saw 4 dice rolled in that last attack.
So the question is, do you think here Bobby goes after Sephiroth? And Sephiroth is within one, he's on 1 dodge currently and will be on 2 dodge going forward for the rest of Bobby's activations this turn, knowing that he's 1 activation from killing him.
Oh boy, we're going to start stacking momentum.
Yeah, here we go. Or I should say one hit from killing him, right?
So this is +1 damage and 1 momentum. So you will see, elevated movement here.
Yep. So maybe not going after Sephiroth.
So
Since
with
Sephiroth's already charged, I suppose.
with an inspired Hedkrakka
3 damage.
on stagger right now, he could be saying, you know what, let's. Oh, I'm wrong. But that could have been a charge into
So
Cyreni.
this is Wallop, right?
This is Wallop. So this is this is 3 damage. Leveler is not going off because this fighter doesn't have 4 health inherently. Devastating Charge would not have worked on that Cyreni move that I just called out anyways. It's only on range 1 and range 2 attacks.
But this is a one-shot kill.
This is a one-shot
here.
kill here.
Ugh.
With full miss.
Ugh. Dice, man.
We are spending an upgrade. Thick Hide. All right, we're investing in Toothdaga.
Toothdaga.
So you can ping me, but I'll shake it down to 0.
And the momentum pushes. We get a stagger. And we're primed up for the counter hit here. Oh, also Hammer Tide.
You see a Hammer Tide position?
I sure do, yeah. There's a Hammer Tide on Wallop right now.
Oh, there is indeed. The glare skewed that lane in my
Yeah,
for me. Oh, okay. So Thick Hide just moved over to Wallop. So I think what happened was, hey, I said Wallop. I might have, and I accidentally put in the wrong card.
Yep.
And it looks like that was an agreed upon, understood moment.
Yep. That is what I would say happened there.
I think it's happened to all of us.
Yeah. Especially at the end of a long tournament day.
Yep. Name a fighter, put an upgrade on the wrong fighter.
Yeah.
Say, whoops.
Yeah, so Payvand was cool with the switch because impetus would have happened before the upgrade went down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Payvand, ever the gentleman.
Yeah, for sure.
Payvand and I played a league together where we were both rocking Soul Raid, and we were just reminding each other constantly about Spinefin. Even if we knew that the other player probably didn't need the reminder, we were just calling it Gentleman's Fish.
Gentleman's Fish.
Making sure that we never missed a fish together.
Love that. Looks like we got a lot of Bobby fans in chat. Also, Mads, congrats. So I see you got your
golden ticket.
Yeah, got your golden ticket already. That's amazing.
I look forward to putting a name, or a face to the name, rather.
There it is.
Name to the face. All right. It feels a lot of crit defense for Bobby over the 2 games. There really has been.
No joke. Looks like maybe a single there.
Do you need me to step away?
No, no.
Okay.
All right. Defended.
If I can put in a vote for best sport, I'm giving it to Payvand. He's been gentleman throughout the event.
That is fair.
Looks like another shot.
Everybody will get their
Is
best
that's the-
sport.
Dead sneaky coming in there.
Dead sneaky. Yep.
All right.
Before the award ceremony, I want to get a group photo as well.
Oh, awesome. Absolutely.
But also something that brings me joy is 2 people have finished their matches and they're doing pickup games now with different things.
That's
Amazing.
fantastic.
Nice.
So who's closed out?
Closed out was Zach versus Brian, and then Connor and Jared.
All right.
Zach took that 2-0. Jared took that 2-0.
That's
And
two.
they are
That's 2 local dojos.
Two
That's,
local dojos.
Brian and Connor in the family dojo, and Zach and Jared in the friend hang
The
dojo.
Mojo Dojo, they call it.
They call it the Mojo
That's,
Dojo.
that's their team name
That-
on the BCP.
That's fantastic. That's Jared, Zach, Wellner, and Jake, who did not make it today.
Yes.
Those 4 hang out quite a bit and jam games together.
And they play regularly during the league on weekdays, and they're still like, yeah, you want to get another one in? Sure.
I love it.
Awesome.
All right, so we're going into the 3rd activation from Payvand here. He's got his inspired fighters minus Cyreni. I don't know why. That must just be
Yeah.
a clerical thing at the moment.
Yep.
I'm not going to go correct it. I hate every small little interruption. Like, this is the finals.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
get out of your face as much as I can.
Yep. Yeah. Unless there's a glaring omission.
And like the move token, frankly, check was on me. Like, I did that model move, right? And just wanted to make sure, and should have assumed.
Yep. 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 Okay.
All right, so
Second crit. No crit this time.
so I think that was a crit in 3. Yeah, and
Oof.
that was coming from Renglaith, if I'm viewing my models correctly.
Well, the primacy token
Oh
awarded.
wow. Okay, so Hedkrakka down,
Yes.
and that was with. Oh, okay. So the reason I was awarding that an extra dice result is I thought that was against Wallop, the trap target there, but it was not. It was against Hedkrakka. Okay, so yeah. And we grabbed Lost Without a Trace, defended in our territory. So Payvand bumping up 1, 2, 2 more glory here,
Indeed.
and banked another with
And we
primacy.
have Reckless Charge coming in here.
Okay, so Reckless Charge is giving extra dice,
Yep. It's Tooth Dagger.
and 2 momentum.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like a couple crits.
Couple crits in there.
That's a dead squid.
All right, so that is Grievous, so that's going to pull Primacy back
Yep.
because the Madmob can chip damage as long as it's not Dako doing the chip damaging and still get Primacy from a kill. So 1 for the bounty.
See if we have any surges.
Bringing this to the difference of 1 point here. Now, something Bobby might not have recognized at this point in time is he is awarding crowd like sheep. However, maybe to score fastest around.
Yes. Yes. Maybe.
Mad's asking if we're going to Worlds as well. I did get a ticket, so I will be there, and Brian will be joining as a world judge. He was one of the 2 world judges for Underworlds last year as well.
And that's our timer for folks that should be finishing their second game. We are not going to be timing our top table, I don't think, so
I think we are.
are we?
I don't think we- yeah.
Oh boy. That's different than,
The other systems?
yeah.
Ah. I would have to check in with the judge on that.
Yeah.
What's that?
So if they go over 2 hours, are they held to the 2-hour round timer that we established and said was across each round?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
You were about to ask us. All right,
Yeah.
a little conference here at the mic.
Yeah.
Hold up. Puncturing Ice Shard's coming down. Boots of Warding
no.
first on Alethir, so not going to be an eligible target for ping back,
Yep.
which means, unfortunately, the positions Bobby are in right now are Madmob taking two hits here.
Yep.
Now, where is Wallop? Wallop is not in consideration to just soak the hits with Thick Hide.
No.
I think Brian is being called over for this moment right now.
Yep, it is exactly that.
So
Payvand's such a smart player. Like, probably recognized that it wasn't going to be able to be soaked because of where Wallop was sitting. Just sharp.
I don't see any. Oh, that's a cover hex right now. Do you see what happened? Payvand delved this objective here to create a cover token, which qualifies as a hazard. Otherwise, this ping was never getting off. There's no hazards there.
Aha.
There's no earth-shattering tread, bringing the lethals in like they normally would.
Again, just so heads up.
Fantastic play.
Yep.
And unfortunately, a 2 damage hit
2
there.
damage hit to the Madmob.
Um,
Yeah, what a crazy gambit there.
Looking forward to meeting you as well, Mads. All right, so 6 points Payvand, 3 on board, 4 sitting with Bobby.
Yeah. We're going to be on to Bobby's final. Oh, nope. That was, man, just coming out of nowhere,
That was in
storing
power.
some points in power.
Yeah.
Whew. Boy.
Sometimes, power can be almost more meaningful.
Yeah.
Often, I feel. But sometimes, moments like that, it's like, okay, so then it's my activation. Oh, no, we're going into yours.
Crit defense.
A crit defense. Hot crit defense is there. So what that must mean is Wallop must be rocking Moving Mark or Tumbler.
One of
Looks
the
like
two.
moving mark. I can
Yep.
see an arrow
Yep.
sticking out there.
So as long as he's got a mover charge token, 2 shields on defense.
Let's keep an eye on Wallop, just to make sure we're giving rules pieces attention on both sides of the table. I mean,
Yes.
obviously we're trying
100%.
to.
Yep.
So moving mark, something that can be overlooked easily, especially in the heat of a game like this. After this fighter's move action, give this fighter one momentum token.
The amount of times I've missed that, yeah.
So if we see Wallop move,
Well,
which he just did,
just did.
he
May
should.
have been in power though. I don't know how that move happened.
He's in his final activation right now. I am going to go ask.
Well, he is staggered, so I imagine what happened is he moved, and then rather than moving again, Payvand moved him into Cyreni and staggered him. I do see the little stagger token.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so he moved. Gosh, did he have that stagger on in advance?
I don't know.
I think we're gonna assume the best, and let that moment.
All right,
Go through.
Was that fastest around? Did he ditch it or did he play
I think
it?
that was Rapid Strike,
Oh, I keep mixing those 2 cards up.
and I think he ditched it. Yeah, because he doesn't have 2 of Payvand down yet, and now the ask is 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rapid Strike. 1 spent glory for the primacy.
One spent glory. We knew it was coming. Corralled like sheep, scoring for Payvand.
Yep.
We talked about that. We were
Yep.
hoping it was a trade for fastest around. So our underdog this game is Bobby.
Yes.
If that stays true, we'll get a game 3.
Yes.
Anybody's game yet. Anybody's game going into round 3 here.
Yeah, this could easily go because it looks like we've got healthy green boys here. Lots of wounds to chew through on either side. I think that was nothing.
All right. Oh boy. Let's see. Can we sneak a peek? What do we got going on here? So he's got 1 glory available to him yet. Payvand, 2 upgrades, three upgrades in hand, so he can afford everything he's got at this time. Let's see. Up here. Oh, I see Lucky Bone. We might see. That's gonna be a hard choice. Do you go for? Generally, that's gonna be a defensive. You know, like I'm gonna re-roll and save myself. Sometimes you use it aggressively, but you know, do I spend my 1 glory on that, especially when I have other upgrades in hand? Like I see a re-roll upgrade in his hand with Spirit of Gorka Morka.
Looks like we had a miss there.
Oh, all right. So a charge from Cyreni.
Yeah, but a good position, right? Because he's not now. Wallop doesn't have a good charge onto Cyreni, who's the only model that has wound.
Yeah, without momentum, and he's not going to get momentum from moving Mark until after he makes the move.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just it's going to be a supported defense, right? If he tries to charge up.
Oh,
so.
right. Yeah. Okay. So he could make it. There's 3.
Yeah, he can make it, but it's just not a great charge.
All right. The Big Wah. I'm going to get, here, I'll just read it real quick. +1 dice to friendly fighters' range 1 attack actions in the next activation. If you have the primacy token when you play this card, which I do not believe he has right now.
No, he doesn't.
Then this effect would persist until you lose primacy or until the end of the round.
Wow.
So +1 dice here. So he is going for it.
He is.
This is 3 damage if this lands.
This is lethal.
This is lethal.
So
There's 1 crit in there.
Hey!
Ho ho!
All right.
Now,
here we go.
Payvand is used to losing Cyreni round 2, round 3, and working with that.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, we've seen him lose him early and just about come back from it.
I think that's one of the reasons why we saw the charge.
Yep.
It's a matter of time before I lose this fighter. Let's get the charge out of the way.
Yep.
My game plan does not live or die on her anymore.
Yep.
But that's still great for Bobby. That gets him the primacy token, gets him a glory. So he's set for Smash him right now. That'll score 2 glory at the end of the game if he has it. And I think I'm spotting it in his hand right now. So he's at +3 right now. He's essentially 8 to 8.
Yep.
With card and primacy considered in.
We can't see Bobby's decks, so I don't know how many cards he has left. I mean, at least
I see
one.
what you're saying.
At least one.
Yeah, it's just tucked behind camera view. So I'm trying to peek in on Payvand's hand here. So Savage Ferocity, so we're giving somebody +1 dice. That's going on Renglaith, who has Grievous right now. So 4 dice instead of 3. Let's get that crit. Let's flex up and take somebody for some extra damage.
Okay, here we go.
We're getting on to objectives.
Yep.
Now, part of this objective decision could be a trapped... taking it back. I was going to say a trapped consideration.
So I think that was 2 either way.
And the crit save. I bet the right bait is in his hand right now, which is why he chose to tuck up. Because if that crits and does 3 damage, we'll right bait for 4.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Let me know if you peek any hands in or any cards in Payvand's hand there.
Yeah. Just checking something on. Oh, it is. Yeah, because it is Grievous on Rimewyrm, right? So that would have been the.
So Inertial Lance.
Inertial Lance.
Oh, they.
No.
All right. I'm gonna go make sure that the momentum from moving Mark wasn't missed.
Okay. Oh, there it was. It was. Okay, and we got the little push back.
There was some deliberation there on Payvand's side. Do I take the stagger? Do I take the push?
And he
What's the
pushed.
answer?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Looks like the Inertial Lance.
Is that 2 swords?
Yep.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Oh, that must not have been the lance.
Yeah, I guess not.
What are we scoring here? Here we go. Our fighters are in enemy territory, all of our survivors, at the end of any activation.
Okay.
So we're going to grab some
Took a
glory there.
point, and then a card. Here it comes. All right.
The right baits.
Oh, the right bait.
So 1 damage onto Daco, which is a setup here.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep. Yeah, he's going to be looking for this Grievous hit.
I can see Savage Ferocity on him. What other upgrade does he rockin'? +1 wounds.
Yikes.
So 2 successes. And we've lost Daco there. There must be... something more to that. I missed a point of damage there. I thought Daco only had 1 and was possibly only receiving... Oh, wait a minute. Is that an inspired damage profile?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go.
All right, we've moved into that position. Put charge token against charge token. So Payvand is at 10 there. Sensory deprivation. Scored because 3 fighters are out of action. Yeah, 3 fighters are out of action. Yep. All right, we have a crit success coming in for this attack. With trapped, that's a crit and 2 successes, and Wallop's only got 1 defense dice. So 2 damages coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 2 defense dice. Right, moving mark. So glad he rolled to check.
Now we get to see a counter punch.
Need for Speed, Great Hunters, Smash 'em, 7 points here.
Yep.
So 6 in cards, 1 in Primacy, 7 points, and 4 for Payvand, making this game end at 13-14 in Payvand's favor.
Wow.
That is so close, and we
Oh.
are going to game 3.
Woo.
There will be a roll-off to decide if this is a long board or
Oh, no.
or a straight.
Oh, the stress level here.
Woo! Jim, I see your question marks in chat. If you want to let me know what those questions are, we can try to shore you up. But that was real close there.
Yeah, jeez.
There's a bit of like snowballing on things like Smash 'em and Great Hunters and Primacy, right? So like if those are cards that you don't see or have scored, going into the third, and you're able to, they can really just jump out. They're cards when you're up against Madmob that like you have to kind of have in your mental
Right, you can't
arithmetic.
feel comfortable with like a 4, even 5, some even 6 glory lead, right? Because that like 7 can just come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So we are going to 3 here. Which is what you want.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to see the finals go to 3.
Yeah.
Woo!
I just worry
Oh,
for the time for them, because I want to see it go to its natural conclusion.
Agree. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I've seen TOs go either way on the final round. So ultimately this is going to be Brian's call. It's one that should be made known to the players right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go verify that's coming up.
Well, I'm gonna put the mic cold because I'm actually curious about how this is gonna go, and would like to weigh in depending on which way Brian calls it.
All right.
So we'll go cold here on the mic for a minute. We'll keep the camera on the players so you guys can still watch.
All right, so we have our answer. So the decision is going to be to allow for what would be the breadth of a full game. That's going to be a hard
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yep.
So this round had started about 5 minutes late. So we weren't looking at 15 minutes left on the clock. We were looking at 20. But everyone here is in agreement. Let's double that
Let's let 'em
remaining
play.
time.
Yep.
Let's go for 40 minutes here. But it will be a hard pressured 40
Oh,
minutes.
I can't watch. I have to watch, but I can't. Oh,
One
no.
crits. Is there a single in there too, I think? I think Bobby just got the roll off
Whoa.
for round 3.
Oh boy.
This is such a big moment for either
Yeah,
player.
You couldn't see both of us were stretching our faces. Oh,
Brian
boy.
coming in with a pew, 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 pew. Cyreni wanting the long board.
Yeah, definitely. definitely.
Madmob wanting not that.
Yeah, very much not that.
And that is what's happening right now.
So this is going to be a very interesting game, and Payvand has a
I'm going to reset the tokens here.
serious decision with the board placement here. Wow.
I can't even believe how tense this game is going to be.
Ridiculous.
they have the breadth of 12 activations apiece, 24 activations total, you know, to decide which one of these two is going to Worlds.
Yep, this is it. Pressure's on.
All right, so we see a reset there for Payvand down to 0, and a reset here for Bobby down to 0. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I figure if I'm going to step away, I'm going to do it now. I don't want to miss anything more.
Understood.
I'll be right back.
Yep, I'll try my best to keep talking and try and remember the things that we're seeing here. And apologies, chat, if you hear me clacking away on my keyboard in case I need to take any notes here. So we just got some board placement decisions here. Looks like Bobby obviously is going to elect to even up. And it looks like he's giving himself pretty good deployment options here. He's going to, with his little hush up forward, he's going to be able to get everybody within one row.
Chat, what board did Bobby use first?
Oh, chat, do you remember which board Bobby used first?
Is he using the same board right now? They don't believe it was.
I don't think so. Actually, okay, so I think the first board...
Can chat look backwards?
Oh, they can.
They can?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're asking the live stream if you can rewind
To
to
game,
game
one.
one and then tell us in game one which board Bobby was using. Bobby being the top board right now. And if it's the same board as the one as he has on the table now, because that would make him need to change his board. And we want to find that out ASAP. And yes, no, I have no problem talking about games. The issue is like, talk about not the same board. Thank you
Excellent.
so much,
Thank you.
Mads. And yes, it is true. I have no problem talking about games. It's just sometimes I talk about other games, and I want to, be respectful of chat. You guys are here for Underworlds content, not chap content. So we'll keep it to Underworlds. And sounds like Brian's got an update on the rest of the field.
On the rest of the field, if I didn't already say, Wellner took his game 2-0 against Jazz. There was a tight game of chicken where they both had 18 glory. Markov and Dientelos were standing on objective like 4 and 3, and Gorath was standing on objective 5, and it was like, who's gonna score more in end phase? Who needs to come off the objective?
Oh my gosh!
And in a game of chicken, Jake Wellner won 21-20.
Wow!
Very
okay.
tight. Also on table 3, we have Phil and Davey going to game 3.
Okay.
And they are a neutral glory differential.
Wow. Okay.
Table 4 was Zach 2-0 to Brian.
All right.
I just gave the rundown of the other top tables.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Davey and Phil are going to game 3, and they have a neutral glory.
Classic.
I'm gonna camp by the final table.
I understand
So
completely.
you appreciate. I was mentioning I needed to keep the mic hot. You appreciate this.
Oh.
And we had a question as to whether or not Bobby was using the same mat.
board?
Yeah, and we figured out he was not using the same
Oh,
board.
excellent. They asked me, and I was like, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, there's no way. So, but we had Mads did the
Boards,
rewind.
yeah, boards for round 1. Hey, a picture came in from our Armoire enthusiast. We're above board here,
Above
if
board.
you will.
The above board is above board. I'm glad you caught it.
It's too good.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got going here.
Woo.
Looks like we're mulling decisions.
Okay, so we're
round one.
we're seeing a hand toss from Bobby here. That's Inertial Lance, and only one other upgrade. Let's see, what are we? We're losing to Big Wah, Primal Brutality, and I can't quite tell. I think Devastating Charge or Breakneck Pace. I think it was Breakneck Pace. Oh yeah, we're taking a closer look at it. Primal Cunning. Okay, I was gonna say Primal Brutality leaving
That would
open
be like
hand.
that would be the good little 1-2 combo, right? For those two.
Oh, Primal Cunning could be big. Like if he gets the primacy off of something and then is able to, or with Primal Brutality, let's say, and then push somebody 3 in unexpectedly, that could be quite big. That might be worth the risk of having to then fight back for that primacy. That's a huge risk, though. Brutality is one of those things that you're excited to have in hand because it's guaranteeing you that primacy token, right?
Yep.
That's a point, that's scoring, that's putting things online.
But it's saying like I'm not going to lose the primacy. Like there's just like the inherent risks that go along with it. Unless you've got a card that combos off of you having the primacy.
Exactly.
Feels like a risky move to keep it.
So announcing Wallop's position to start, the Terror of Cyreni, because with Devastating Charge, we've seen what that can do.
We have indeed. That is Operation Deep Strike.
So I imagine Cyreni sitting,
In the
cozy
back.
right there.
Yep.
There is no good lane, and that's based off of this offset here.
Yep. Yeah, it was a smart offset.
And Bobby double checking the math. Did I do this right? And he's going to get a push. So one of the reasons he deployed Wallop there is it's going to bring him up to the front line with Tooth Dagger.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to overcommit too early without the opportunity to have backup come into your aid. So fastest around is in that opening hand. That hurts. I mean, it could be great. But he
can't
is
get in, right?
1, 2, 3. He can just with each fighter, but if he gets knocked out just over the line, things will
Get a little scary.
A little
It's
scary.
hard not to telegraph
Man.
it too.
Maybe this is the. I mean, is this the worst time to draw it? I don't know. If he's able to score it, that's going to be such a rush.
So we're kind of hoping that the Siren that Payvand has crowd like sheep, right? Because then he won't be as tempted to come on
Yeah.
to the other side of the board.
Yep,
It's such an interesting interplay between those two cards.
I would agree. We're seeing 3 damage onto Sephinir
Just
right out of the
off
gate.
the lick. Yep.
All right.
And the drive back.
And so-
or no, that was at phasing.
And we're far enough into territory where you would have to push or hit that fighter twice to get them
Twice, get
into
them out.
no one's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to if Corralled is in your hand? Like
Yeah.
you play to what you have, I think.
Yep.
In that particular case, you can't get in your head about trading it for fastest.
And
Ooh, roll with the punches coming in.
All right.
In the next activation, when a friendly fighter is the target of an attack action, give that fighter 1 momentum counter, and then -1 damage to a minimum of 1 from that attack action until it has been resolved.
Woof. What a womp play.
It's fun too, like, so if he doesn't target anybody,
Yeah.
then no momentum comes down. But,
Sure.
And it's just kind of like, okay, cool, nice chat.
Yep.
30 minutes remain. Did
That was a lot of setup.
I was gonna say, did the 40 minutes start
All right, here we go.
before or after the boards
At roll off.
at roll off? Well, then there was like a hold on. Have we used the boards? Have we not?
I can add a minute or two.
Add a minute or 2. Okay,
Yeah. 2 minutes.
we'll say 2.
Okay. I think Bobby had a masterful deployment. Am I wrong in that?
It's
pretty
I
great.
loved his deployment
Pretty great.
entirely.
The way he placed the boards and the way he deployed, just
Yeah.
absolute mastery of what he was doing. Like where he put the boards, like basically knowing where Payvand would put Cyreni. Huge, huge.
I was watching that. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yep. All right, here we go. Reckless charge.
Oh, Jared Johnson from Battle Mallet. Hello. Glad to see you in chat. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you, Nova, here shortly. All right, so we have 2 momentum on... Who do we got there? The overhead view is throwing me off of it. That's Toothdagger, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, it's Toothdagger. 2 hands back.
There we go.
All right,
All right,
Toothdagger coming in. Looks like you may want to
So some extra dice here. We're trying to finish off Sephiroth, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Let's start getting people inspired. Let's have primacy.
Yeah, let's get a little primacy. Let's get Toothdagger inspired.
We see one sword.
One sword.
That's 1 success.
Ah.
And that was 1 success. Hold.
Wait, the phone.
Did I misunderstand anything there? I am going to double check with the players real quick.
I'm sure the players didn't miss anything here. Skyler's checking, but these 2 are 2 of the best players that I know. Oh, there were 2 swords. Yeah, didn't see it. Thanks, Kalen. There were two successes.
It was 2 successes.
Yeah, on Bobby's side.
There were 2 swords.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of those things where like
Everything happens so fast, and it's hard on the hot mic too, because we're looking at cards, we're looking at chat, we're looking at the screens, and then there's some glare too. So
Brian's right there. He's like, we're not trying to put any more pressure on you guys. And actually at the start of this round, I was like, I'm so sorry, for any of the small little rules interruptions. And they're like, no, thank you. We want to make sure that this game is as cleanly played as possible. So that is primacy. We should have a bounty for Sephiroth's death here. I'm sure they'll pick up the bounty. Oh, I can see it. It's spent glory on the board.
Yep. And then it looks like we put thick hide back onto Toothdagger.
Investing in him in a major way. So he's on 2 defense dice now, right?
Yep.
And
Can't be pinged.
Can't be pinged. He will take some damage here. 2, I believe. All right. And pointing. Let's get a charge token there before Skyler comes out and bullies us a little bit.
He's gonna keep coming out of the room, guys.
They're more afraid of me than they are of the loss here.
All right, so it looks like we have a charge from the man himself. I was looking for swords, hey?
All right, yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're in a pretty good position to score fastest round if it is in Bobby's hand.
Which we know it is.
Oh.
We peeked
saw
it
it.
earlier
Oh.
after the mulligan.
Oh, right.
I think it's pretty secure. All right. 2 successes coming in on Toothdaga. This could be the death of Toothdaga. That is that crit
though.
defense that has been keeping these orcs alive.
Yeah, you can just see Payvand. You see him lean his head forward too. That's that. I mean, it's gotta hurt. I feel like that's probably the 12th crit defense that Bobby's rolled in the series. Pretty huge.
Watching them just match. I've got a crit in my attack. I've got a crit in my defense.
Yeah,
just again and
bang,
again.
Bang, bang.
It's like punishing him for not using Hammer Tide.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
what are you doing
almost like
rolling
that.
dice?
You got 12 damage on deck. Just use it.
A sip of coffee.
Very cordial between these two players. They know each other. They've played many times.
They both made it to the finals.
Yeah, yeah.
Today was a Shark Tank to get through. They've both come out of hard matchups today.
And, you know, one of the things we reflected on with lunch, again, the player base here is not bad at this game.
Oh, it was so fun diving into this game and, like, at the depth level that Phil and Davey was already at and just seeing where the ceiling could be.
It's, yeah.
And
I mean, that's how it was for my first game. It took me, like, I think it was like 11 games before I took one.
Ooh.
If you remember when I first started playing, or when I first started replaying, I think it was like 11 before I took one off someone. But then I started taking them off consistently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and you started out with Iron Skulls, boys.
Fair. Yeah, I was not exactly giving myself a leg up.
We get excited for the models we love.
Yes, it's true.
Got to give them a chance.
And I like painting my orcs like space wolves.
Oh, they look so good. All right, look at this skirmish. Look at this.
Yeah,
This is a terrifying position to be in for
Cyreni, backed into the corner.
Yeah,
Four orcs, 3 of them healthy, tooled up Toothdaga.
I feel for Payvand right now.
Yeah, this is rough.
He is definitely playing from the back foot.
But again, we've seen Payvand come out of these deficits time and time again.
Absolutely.
And he's one of, like, you talk about any game he's playing, he's one of the smartest guys that's around, so. Yeah, I agree. Payvand switching to whiskey in the cup on the next crit defense.
The next crit defense.
100%. I mean, I'll pour it for him. Unreal. Okay. So is this Payvand's last activation of round 1? Is that where we're at? Yeah, okay. This is rough. Because, you know, what do? Walk into the blender or walk into the blender? It's really...
Did you notice that there was a black text there? Because it's just coming into focus for me.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, 100%.
They're huddled all around it.
Yep. Yeah, you go around to the blender or around to the blender. All right, so we're pushing
and staggering Hedkrakka. Now you, Bobby, choose one of my fighters. I think any fighter. Let's check. But it's going to be his, right? And they're going to take a damage, and they're going to get pushed. But I'm going to decide where. That is brief emergence. That opponent can choose another fighter.
Okay.
Yeah. If for some reason that would be beneficial to Bobby, he could. For example, an interesting play here might be to choose Toothdaga. Say, go ahead. Like, ping Toothdaga. He'll shake it off with Thick Hide and push him. Where are you going to push him? You're going to tuck him in where I want him.
I see. Yeah,
it's an option.
It is an option.
But getting a damage down on a fighter like that is going to, get them closer to your basic attacks, taking them down. I've done this before. That's a wound counter on the battlefield. We have a wound counter on trying to figure out which. I think that's Glaive in the front, so I think that's Alethir hanging out with a wound on him. I'm sure that'll transfer to the card eventually.
Yeah.
But
I think
I've definitely been
they're
there.
resolving the gambit, probably.
Well, right bait is getting resolved right now. So damage is going down from that onto either Hedkrakka or Throwdown. It's going to be Hedkrakka, right?
Hedkrakka,
If Payvand were to pick Throwdown here, I'm sure it would be like, well, he can't take one. And that's a weird moment. Between these two individuals, it would be like, so you want to do Hedkrakka instead, right?
Yeah. All right, so here comes the attack on Hedkrakka. It looks like single.
All right. 3 successes
So we need a
coming
crit
in.
here. Oh, not this time. Not this time. Hedkrakka is going to take a couple. And the right bait, yeah. What a good card. Turns out ping is pretty good. So primacy over to Payvand for the end of the round for an extra glory.
And we'll give him the bounty right now,
Yep.
as well as snuff out for some exact damage.
Xaxes, man. Woo. Turns out that card's really good.
So it was Brief Emergence that finished him off, I'm pretty confident. Or not Brief Emergence. What is that Heaving Grounds? Heaving Grounds. I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah,
for
I
a
see
moment.
it. Yeah, it's out there. The domain's out there.
I think that's what finished him off.
Either way, ping's good.
Indeed. And that stagger was something that he was holding on to after Payvand selected him for the push. I would say the stagger was even the more important part of that push there.
Yeah. Because that's what allowed for the finisher.
Which, hold on. If Heaving Ground did the damage, then he does not have primacy. I'm going to correct that.
Okay. That's a worthy correction. There we go. See the primacy passing back. Great catch by Skyler. All right, so here we're going to see our... wow, that's 5. Okay, 6.
So Bobby's up at 2-7.
That looks like we're tossing 2.
Tossing 2.
And he's going to throw out 2 upgrades. I don't know what they are yet, but he did flip the glory. Oh, it's just both of his upgrades, and he's deciding where to put them. It's his last 2 cards. So rather than ship them, he's just going to spend the glory. See, I see there's a pretty, there's a 5 glory lead, but crucially,
We're going into round 2.
We're going into round 2. Cyreni is on full health. There's all sorts of shenanigans in this deck.
This is an uphill battle. Like for Payvand here. Don't get me wrong, but it's
I'm
not.
just saying it's not unwinnable.
Yeah, it's not a battle with or a hill with that isn't climbable.
Yeah. It's not unwinnable.
Wanted that to flow over the tongue a little bit.
Paths to victory here.
So Boots of Warding on Cyreni here. So no lethals are going to deal damage to me. No power cards are going to deal damage to me. Earth Shattering Tread coming in on Renglaith.
And so that's after he moves. Everything around him is lethal.
Which she won't care about.
Yep.
She'll be able to play in that playground.
Yep. It's terrible, but I love it. Skyler, more like Eagle Eyler.
That pun is terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I think in this case warranted. That was a heads up rules catch, and really, if we wanted him to play a clean game, that spent glory had to go.
2 crits in that roll.
Not two crits in that roll.
Here. Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
rough. So Toofdagga is about to Toofdagga.
So now the decision point here is, do I have you go first, knowing what I see?
Yeah.
Not allowing you to put any more out.
Yeah.
Or, and in this case it would be gambits, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think you kill Alethir is what you do here. I think you go first and you take Alethir out of the game.
Yeah. I think so too. You also delay their Inspire if you make them go second.
All right. So it looks like
2 crits
yeah. So
versus 1 dodge.
yeah. Oh, it was Renglaith. Wow.
Oh, because the crits that had Grievous.
Grievous.
No.
Yeah.
This is a
Rough.
slope.
Yeah, that's rough.
Because that's primacy as well.
Yep. Wow.
We saw a Tumbler come in on Wallop here. So Wallop, I don't think that activates quite yet. I gotta double check my memory on Tumbler. The fighter's defense characteristic is 2 dodge, and this fighter cannot be on guard. This fighter cannot be staggered. Okay, so
Not being staggered, pretty relevant here.
pretty relevant here. Pretty relevant, indeed. Oh man, we're even quiet right now.
Yeah, it's woof.
Oh, there must have been a surge scored that I missed. 9 glory, maybe wounded. So Toofdagga made that. I'm gonna go ahead and make an assumption that Green Fury scored off here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be Toofdagga. He's the only one inspired, right?
Yeah.
So
All right. A crit defense. Let's go pour him the whiskey.
Oh man.
Payvand, I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
Sorry, man. Gosh. My head is in my hands. Okay, the question is, can we pull Toofdagga out here? Ugh, no.
And
No.
Cyreni is just taken out with the same thing that started this series, a devastating charge from Wallop.
Ugh.
Payvand probably feeling
You can,
feeling the pit of his gut right now.
yeah, I mean, you can just feel it slipping away, right?
All right. What can Payvand do? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, what are his outs? What does he have?
What's-
What eight points can he score?
So he's got 2 glory right now, 1 for a bounty and 1 for snuff out. He doesn't have end phase glory yet.
Okay, so we know, yeah, you're right. And it doesn't actually look like he's ditched anything either.
All right, so if we can get some damage down, Payvand,
Yep.
here, if Payvand can get some damage down on the other fighters, that can start. Oh no, Never Punished is boxed out for him now. So he can't score Never Punished if that comes into hand.
Nope.
He has Sensory Deprivation in his hand, so he wants to see those 3 staggered, but he's lost his best stagger tools.
Yep.
Um,
And isn't one of wasn't one of Bobby's fighters immune to stagger at this point?
yes.
Yeah, so that's also out.
So the best route to that card is to kill another 2 of them. It's just that easy.
Yeah, just that easy.
It's just that easy.
Just kill 2 orcs. No big deal.
Oh boy. I almost feel he needs that.
Yeah, I mean, Crowd Like Sheep is in play.
So I feel that's inevitable.
Yeah.
The only way Crowd Like Sheep isn't inevitable, in my opinion, is if it takes Bobby the whole breadth of this round to kill that fighter.
Yeah.
Right? Because if he gets a spare activation to run away, then he'll cancel it.
I think the issue here is that there's just so many dead cards. Like, I think Soul Harvesters is just dead gone too, right? Like,
I think we saw Soul Harvesters
go
as
down.
his toss out.
oh,
after
it was
round
one of those 2 that he turned face down. All right. What surges can he score?
All right, Chad. Enough about toilet dice.
and I'm like, oh no, I use those dice. That's the dice that match my headsman, so I use them all the time. All right, what do we got here? Oh my gosh.
A crit!
Oh, hey!
Hey! All right, Payvand's still in it.
All right, so Gone Without a Trace. Maybe not.
So Bobby's got another 3 points waiting for him.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
Great Hunters.
No. No. That was not what Payvand needed to roll there. Oh, no. All right,
and this is a trap fighter with support. He can take 2 arrow shots if he'd like.
Well, I think it may be...
Or did he charge?
Well, the thing is whether or not it's an inertial lance, and we'll know that in a second. No. Yes.
Oh!
Yeah!
Let's stay in this!
All right.
All right. Okay, that was indeed a charge. Whew. Payvand, we're rooting for you.
Living on the edge.
Oh my gosh.
Man, just
Can't buy a dice roll.
Can't buy it, man. Good lord.
Okay, I'm spotting Rapid Strike in Bobby's hand at this time. That will score. That's 2 points.
Yep.
He will get Great Hunters eventually. Oh, so he's grabbing that right now
All right,
for
bam.
2. He's
And
grabbing Need for Speed.
Need for Speed for another.
And Primacy
So
for 14. Payvand at 2 right now.
So it's a 12
tell
point.
me he gets corralled by sheep right now.
That would be at least something.
Give him some upgrades. I think I saw Never Punished, which is a title that does not describe the situation.
No, very punished. I think is actually what's happening right now.
He does.
He does have
have
never
it.
punished. Yeah, he's gonna ditch that certainly
So,
going into round 3.
I think he has to hold sensory deprivation and blood-soaked ice. There's so much riding on this lone elf.
Why sensory deprivation? How is he gonna stagger?
Well, so it also scores hybrid if.
Right, we already
3
talked about it.
Yep,
If-
3 are dead.
Or
Yep,
out of action.
Yep.
So he has to just kill 2 orcs. We talked about that.
And that's what we're seeing happen here.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs big money on this. Oh no!
Well,
a crit though. Ugh.
there's 3 of them. You rolled 3 tiered successes. I'll roll 3 crits.
Oh boy.
That's only 1 success from Toofdagga. That is a second success. He does need a crit. He got it! Oh my god!
3 in a row.
That was 2 successes due to the trap position. That was the only way he would survive that. He is still in this game. Oh.
We need him to flip their activation markers.
So, Primal
There we
Brutality.
go.
I don't know if that's come out. I don't think it has. I think he's been getting his primacy the good old hard way on kills. So, in fact, I just spotted it in hand. So he has primacy at the end of this game. Period. and he's got
So
he's
that's
got 4
15.
glory waiting for him.
Yeah.
In the primacy.
Oh,
All right.
success.
We've seen a success.
We need a defense. Oh!
Orcs are generally on dodge. Yep. So they survived.
Oh, what do we got?
Another
Crit?
attack.
Oh, God.
This time with a crit.
success.
It's a crit success. Because of the trap position.
Yeah.
That is 3 damage.
Yeah.
That's a crit! How? But
It's
unfortunately,
not enough.
it's still yeah. Oh no!
Man, it's still the 4 in a row. So good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, if we're gonna see somebody stay in the fight at the end there.
unreal.
Oh, Payvand. I'm giving you a hug once I get off this mic.
Unreal.
Wow. All right, so that settles it. Bobby is the World Qualifier champion today. He will be receiving a golden ticket, an invite to Worlds. He's won Madtown Throwdown
Amazing.
Q3.
Amazing.
Wow.
What a game series. That was, if we were going to end on a game series, that was worth waiting all day for.
That was worth it. And that roll off at the beginning of the game meaning so much.
Yeah, huge.
Payvand wanting to ride the
huge.
longboard here.
Yeah. So consequential.
Oh my gosh.
What a series.
Now, a consolation prize that Payvand is not yet aware that he'll be receiving today. Those models are intensely gorgeous. He will be going home with best painted. Don't
Yes.
spoil it. Don't tag him yet. He doesn't. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
But you do.
Yeah. Now you do, but don't let him. Please don't tell him until we do.
Yes. We're going to be doing the award ceremony here pretty shortly. And we'll be getting a group photo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a series. And 2 like decks that have been thrown together that look very different when the errata is factored in.
Yeah. And also,
but up against each other at the end here. Right?
Yeah.
Going toe to toe.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump back. What are we doing here? Let's jump back. The excitement took us.
So good. Man, I'm just like grinning. You know what I mean? It was just like so fun to watch. That's the reason we play, right? Is to like for those exciting moments and like just being able to watch was so great. And we can hear Payvand on the other side of the wall, so like hearing him just yes every time. So great, so good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
amazing.
Just a fantastic event. Everybody, every time we've checked in, is having a good time across all of the tables, not just table 1.
Right.
I wish that we could have featured more tables. I'm glad we were able to do this today.
Yeah.
This came together over the course of the last day. This is something that we're hoping to do again more.
I think we should do, and chat. I'm gonna call Skyler out. Get us in the What the Hex Discord if you want this to happen. I think we should pick a spot and take What the Decks, things that you featured on What the Decks, and put them together and stream the games out of like someone's house.
I mean, that would be fantastic.
I just think that'd be a really fun way to like up the experience, so we're not just like slapdashing this the next time we do it, right? It's not like it comes together at the end of the day and we're like, I hope this works, I hope this works, I hope this works.
Oh,
But,
this
like,
only improves from here.
exactly, that's what I mean. But like the more practice we get, the better we'll be able to do it. The more cameras we can maybe rig up, so we can have like a hand cam, so we can see both players' hands and have perfect information about what's happening.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, that would be fantastic. Brian's coming in. Brian, would you like to talk to the chat and all to the stream here?
Yeah. I am just tabulating the best sports, and it is incredibly spread out, crazy.
So we have
We had 1, 2, 3,
we have spoiled to the chat what Payvand will be receiving for his beautiful paint, and
yes.
ask the chat to keep that quiet until we announce that
Yes.
to the players here.
So there are 6 different people voted for best sport among 14. It is spread out. We have a 2-way tie.
Oh, what an interesting position you're in.
Yes. Well, I think it's an obvious tiebreaker because one of them flew.
Oh, there it is. Yes. I approve that call wholeheartedly.
It was between Jake and Danielle.
Oh,
That's not
fantastic.
surprising at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So for round 4, we wound up with obviously Bobby taking it 2-1, Wellner taking it 2-0 against Jazz, and then Phil beating Davey 2-1 with a glory differential of 2-5.
Who ends up with the Grand Alliance tokens here then?
That
So-
is what I'm going to
so we've got-
finalize around here.
Bobby on destruction,
Yep.
for sure. We've got Payvand
Payvand
on
on
order.
order.
And it sounds like we might
We
have
have-
Wellner on death.
We have number 1 Bobby Hurley with Hedkrakka's Madmob getting the golden ticket, folks. Number 2 Payvand for
So
order.
That's best order.
Number 3 is Jake Wellner for Exiled Dead, so he's the death. Then number 4 is Phil. Number 5 is Jazz. Again, the
With
3
death.
deaths.
On death.
Yep, they were in the race against each other
Yep.
for
Number
Grand
6
Alliance.
is Zach with Domitans. 7 is Hedkrakka's with Jared. 8 is Davey with Thrice Full.
There's
There
our
it
there's
is.
our highest
Best-
chaos.
Best chaos.
There it is.
So Davey.
All right. Well, we're gonna go do that for real.
Yeah.
We just wanted to give you a sneak peek, a preview.
Oh, and as for, I see in chat, as for a demo, absolutely. Just hit me up on Discord, shop/Kevin and all of the Discords. Just find me, shoot me a DM. I am Mr. Hype Man Demo Guy. So just, get at me and we'll do demos.
Love it. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're gonna sign out. So once again, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
thank you
very
for
much.
helping make this as exciting as it was.
So good.
And thank you, Chop, for joining me.
No, thank you for letting me do this. This is an awesome opportunity. I had a ton of fun today. All smiles. This is super great.
Hell yeah.
So thank you.
All right. I think there's only one thing left to say.
Bye! The most inside of jokes.